President Trump is taking his war against narco-terrorism and Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to a new level. Today, he named the Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization and says it's headed by Maduro, which he refutes. This as the U.S. looks poised to launch a new phase of operations against Venezuela in the coming days. It has built up a stream of ships and fighter jets over the past few months. Joint Chiefs Chair Dan Raisin Kane is in the Caribbean right now, talking with commanders of the naval fleet about the current operations against drug traffickers in the region. Foreign correspondent Robert Sherman is following these developments and joins us live from San Juan, Puerto Rico, where the U.S. has military bases. Robert, good afternoon. Tensions continuing to rise between the two countries.
Tensions are rising, options are on the table, and it has been a steady buildup of presence here in the region over recent days, with a culmination point being today, because this is the day that the Pentagon has been pointing to as when that foreign terrorist organization designation would be given to this group, which more pointedly, Nick, they contend that Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is in charge of. The president of Venezuela denies any of those allegations, denies any involvement in narco-terrorists moving any narcotics to the United States. But still, that has not stopped the U.S. from putting a lot of pieces into play here. Significant firepower that includes U.S. carrier strike groups loaded up with F-35s and other advanced aircraft, and a large presence of U.S. troops who, according to our own Kelly Meyer, have been told to get comfortable and prepare for the possibility that they'll be here through Thanksgiving and through Christmas if there is any kind of an escalation here. Venezuela, in its own right, has also been upping its own defenses, carrying out drills, putting anti-air defense systems into combat-ready states, as well as saying that they are fully prepared to engage in what they describe as guerrilla-esque warfare if it should ever come to that. President Trump has been asked exactly how far he's prepared to go. This is what he's been saying. Take a listen.
I don't rule out that. I don't rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela. They dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country.
Many of the public opinion surveys that we've seen indicate that the American public not fully on board with the idea of direct military action against Venezuela. This one survey here says about 70% would oppose such a move. That said, both Caracas as well as Washington have said very publicly that they are hoping to keep the diplomatic lines of communication open and hoping, moreover, to find a way that this all gets resolved without a further escalation. Nick?
Particularly, Robert, after polls show that 70% of Americans do not want us to engage in any kind of armed conflict. Robert Sherman reporting from San Juan. Robert, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.